How's everybody doing out there today? Ikoria is finally released. I probably won't put this video up right away because I got a bunch of boxes that I'm going to open first, but I wanted to kind of knock one out here and have a little extra video in case I don't get a chance to record one over the next few days. So it's daytime, which I've never recorded before, so hopefully the neighbors and people outside aren't too noisy for this one. So let's open a pre-release pack here. I just picked this up from my LGS when I went and got a case of boxes from them. So gotta support the local LGS, especially right now with everything that's been going on. They're hurting pretty bad. So let's see what we get in here. We gotta try and do this without giving away the card this time. Last time I gave away the card beforehand. So we'll put this off to the side here. Try not to give it away this time. Here to die. We got a green one out of this box. There's your Ikoria logo. And we're going to do our 6 packs here. See if we get anything spicy like we did in the last one. The last one's pretty good. I think we got a, what did we get? Brokos or Vadarok? One of those two. Yeah, one of the good mythics in the last pre-release kit. So let's see what we get in this one. Let's see what kind of awesome deck we could have built out of this if we could have actually had a chance to play some paper magic for the pre-release on this one. So I guess it's probably best if we go through and sort out colors just so we can kind of look real quick and see what we get here. See what kind of deck we could have built out of this. So I'll actually sort the colors real fast while we're going through stuff. Evolving Wilds. Look, a Festland in standard. So let's go through the commons real quick. Just kind of sort them out. All right, uncommons. We got the Void Beckoner. Irony. Yep. There's your non DC card. Yeah. And we got a Heartless Act. We got a Polywog Symbiote. Again, the normal version of the card, not the crazy little baby Godzilla one. And a rare is Zerda. Oh, nice. So a Zerda in our pre-release kit. That's not bad at all. Got old Zerda for the rare. And then we got other land and a shark token. A flying shark token coming out of a tornado because, you know, why not? All right, moving on. Number 2. So how much Ikoria have you guys gotten already? Did you get a bunch of it yet, or are you still kind of waiting, or hoping prices are going to come down? Who knows? We'll have to see. I have a feeling they'll probably come down a little. Kind of run out of screen here to sort all this out. Oh boy, Zenith Flare is our first uncommon, and we already got the Zerda. So yeah, we're going red and white in this deck. Most likely, it looks like we're gonna go red and white. Titanus Rex, just the regular version there. Yeah, Unbreakable Bond and an Offspring's Revenge, red, white, and black maybe. So if you're unfamiliar with this one, at the beginning of combat on your turn, exile target red, white, or black creature from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's 1/1. It gains haste until your next turn. Gary? Anybody? Gary? Oh, we got a foil alternate art here. Cool. A Rotting Leosaur, or Regal Leosaur. I keep getting this one and Rotting Regisaur mixed up for some reason. So, kind of funny. So far, all our good tasty stuff, like this one, is all red and white. So it looks like we might go red and white with this deck, most likely. And an advertisement, because you know, you got to advertise stuff to people who've already bought your product. So that makes sense. At least that one's advertised in Arena. I think it's stupid when they advertise the set that you bought in the set that you bought. I already bought it. Why are you advertising to me? Oh, and I see a Draenei Stinger. If you watch my top 15 favorite commons in this set, you know that Draenei Stinger is a beastly little guy on feet. So, and we're running red, so obviously, yeah, this is probably going to be a good red and white deck. Weaponize the monsters. Haven't had much luck with that one yet. We'll have to see. Somebody will probably come up with a cool combo for it. Proud Willbender, which we can run if we run red and white because it's hybrid green or red. Trample. Creatures you control with trample have. You may have this creature assign its combat damage as though it weren't blocked. And he's a 4/3 for 4. Not too bad. Now we got a Necro Panther is our, I don't know where to put that as dual color. Necro Panther alternate art here. And then we got a Skycat Sovereign for our rare. Put him over there. A land. Oh, got some tokens, the normal tokens, and you get the specialty tokens in the pre-release kits as well. Kind of like the token cards. I haven't ever used them before, but I think I might actually use them now because there's so many different tokens that it's going to be hard to keep up with in this set. So we're probably going to have to use those tokens. Yeah, not going to have a choice this time around. Super Dark. Alright, so we got a class of Titans. We've got a Lord Dracus, is our dual color card there. And a Ketria Crystal. And a Voracious Great Shark is our rare. He's not bad. Not bad for those daddy issue control decks, you know. And a Human Soldier token. Alright, pack number 5. We're almost there. Let's see what we get in this one. Sort everything out a little there. What happened here? Who let me put red cards on top of the green pile? God, you guys are slacking. You're supposed to be keeping better control of me than that. I mean, what? Okay, Call of the Death Dweller is our first uncommon. Frill Scare Mentor is our second one. Duskfang Mentor is our next one. And then another Offspring's Revenge. So we got a double tap of the same rare in 6 packs. Good old WotC sorting. And a Durable Coil Bug for a foil. And a Basic Land and a Human Soldier token. Alright, last pack, and then we'll kind of just take a quick look, see what we got, see what kind of deck we'd be running. But so far, it's looking like, according to our rares and uncommons, it's looking like red and white might be our best plan of attack, which red and white's really strong for draft in this set. The cycling, and there is some decent mutate cards in there too. It seems to be doing pretty good. Alright, we got a Skull Prophet for a multicolor. Got a Bastion of Remembrance, Heartless Act, and Ozolith. Nice. I do love the Ozolith. Great card. A lot of fun. Especially with this set, because you got all the counters. You can just swap around after everything dies. And then a Dinosaur token. Alright, so yeah. Our rares. We got 2 of the Offspring's Revenge. We got the Ozolith, Voracious Great Shark, Skycat Sovereign, but the Zerta, the Dawnbreaker, or Dawnwaker is probably our best pick in the pack, or in the, yeah, pre-release pack. So this one we might be able to actually use as a companion, because it's a pretty easy one to use as a companion. You just got to make sure that each permanent in your starting deck has an activated ability. So all your creatures have to have activated abilities and artifacts and stuff like that, which shouldn't be too bad. And then it lowers the cost of those activated abilities that aren't mana abilities. Cost less, or two colorless less to activate. Can reduce the mana to less than 1. And it's 1 plus tap. Target creature can't block this turn, so you can swing in for that final blow. So great card. It's only a 3-drop 3/3. So amazing card. It works in red, white, or combo because it's hybrid. So that one, I think, is worth building our deck around that guy, especially since we got a Zenith Flare. Zenith Flare is one of the best removals in the new set. It's absolutely nuts. I'm sure when I do my probably top 10 uncommons in this set, this will be in there. It deals X damage to any target, and you gain X life, or X is the number of cards with a cycling ability in your graveyard. So we just got to kind of see how many cycling cards we got, if that's going to be worth it. The Offspring's Revenge could be fun if we've got a lot of enter the battlefield triggers abilities on our cards. But I don't know if it's worth splashing black. We'll have to see what we got. So we do have a little bit of blue with the Voracious Great Shark and the Skycat Sovereign, but I don't think it's enough really to build the deck around. We'll have to see what else we got in those other colors real quick. But let's take a look at blue first, because that's what we'd have to run to run the other 2 rares we got. And we got a Of One Mind. You really got to build a deck around this, because you got to have a human and a non-human. Otherwise, it costs 3 mana to draw 2 cards. It's really only 1 card advantage, in my opinion, with this, because this card takes up a spot. So you're only actually getting 1 extra card, because you've already wasted a spot with this. And if you put multiple of them in there and you accidentally draw 1 with itself, you're just kind of banging your head against the wall, in my opinion. So I personally wouldn't ever stack that, really. Unless I needed card draw for a reason, I don't think I'd ever stack that. Plus, you gotta, you know, it's gonna cost you 3 unless you got a human and non-human out. What's the likelihood of that? Humans are too easy to kill. So, yeah, I don't think I'd stack that. Wingfold Terran? Is the P silent or is the T silent? Yeah, I think the P is silent, so it's probably Terran. Enters the battlefield with your choice of flying or hexproof. He's just too expensive, and he's only a 3 power, so I probably wouldn't be excited about that. Convolute, a good counterspell, but I don't like counterspells. Not really big on control. I think it just makes the game boring for everybody and annoying. This one, though, the start of the development's a good card. Until end of turn, target creature comes a blue serpent with base power and toughness 4/4 for only 2, and it's got cycling. So you can either use this to pump up one of your own creatures to a 4/4, or you can use it to knock down one of the opponent's creatures, who's massive, down to a 4/4. And it's got cycling if you don't need it, which is awesome. And the cycling is only 1. So if we decide to run a cycling deck, we could even put this in our deck, even if we don't add blue, because it's only a 1 cycle. So we can get the cycling triggers from the other cards from cycling it, and it only costs us 1. So there you have that. And then we got the Facet Reader. 1 and tap him, draw a card, then discard a card. He's 2-drop 1/2. He's not too bad, but Aegis Turtle is a good little early blocker. Another Wingfold. The Polywog Symbiote's cool if we're running a lot of Mutate, but I don't think we got a whole lot of Mutate to build a whole deck around. And then Gust of Wind. If you control a creature with flying, it costs 2 less, so it knocks it down to 2, and it's an unsummon with a single card draw. Just too many factors to make this affordable. So our blue looks pretty weak. I don't think we got anything good in blue there. Let's look at green real quick. Plummet's good, especially in draft, because flying creatures are a big problem. Bristling Boar's okay. Migratory Greathorn's awesome, so that's a really good one. Honey Mammoth is just a little too pricey. He's 6 for a 6-drop, and he only gives you 4 life when he comes into the battlefield. Nothing big there. Spinnerets is awesome. I love this card. Target creature gets +1/+3 until end of turn, and you put a reach counter on it, and you get to untap it, so, and it's an instant. So you can attack with your creature, and they think you're vulnerable because you don't have anything to block with. They come over, you use this, untap the creature, block with them, and really mess up their day. And he gets a permanent reach counter, all for 1 green mana. That is a great card. I think I missed that in my top 15, didn't I? Oops. There's so many good comments in this set. It's hard to narrow it down. Greater Sandworm. He's just so expensive. 7/7 for 7. Cycling's 2, but I don't know. The Almighty Brushwag, he was in my top 15. He's a fun little guy, so he's a good card. Titanus Rex. This is the non-Godzilla version of the 9-drop 11/11 with trample. He does have cycling, and when you cycle him, you can put a trample counter on a creature you control. So he's a good card for sealed because you can use him early game to give one of your creatures trample and trigger a cycling ability. And late game, you can actually hardcast them and really wreck shop with them. So I do like those. I like options. Thwart the enemies. Fog. Fog for your opponent's creatures. Fully grown. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn, and put a trample counter on it. Not bad. I wish it had been 2. I think 3 is a bit much for it. If it was like permanent, 3 permanent +1/+1 counters and trample counter, then it'd be worth it. But I think it's a little pricey. Another Plummet and a Fertilid. He's pretty cool for mana ramp. You get him out on turn 2 or 3, and you know, turn 4 you can remove a counter or 2 and search your library for basic land cards. Just try and ramp up a little bit. Unless we're running big beasts, he's not really that usable. So we didn't get a lot of green cards that are really too stackable. Maybe 4 or 5. So green looks like a pretty weak color again. Let's take a look at black. Bastion of Remembrance can be fun. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So that can be pretty handy. And when it enters the battlefield, you create a 1/1 creature token, or 1/1 human soldier creature token. So you do have a creature to die and ping them for 1 and give you 1. Heartless Act, destroy target creature with no counters on it, or remove up to 3 counters from target creature. That's pretty handy in this this particular set. Blood Curl's a great card. That one made my top 15. Destroy target creature, put a menace counter on a creature you control. Unlikely Aid, pretty good little battle ability, going +2 and indestructible until end of turn. I wish this one put a counter on it too, though. That's the one downside of this one. That's why it didn't make my top 15 there. Dustbang Mentor enters the battlefield, put a lifelink counter on target non-human creature you control, and then you can pump up all your lifelink creatures. He's alright if we were running lifelink. Call the Death Dweller. This one's pretty cool. Return up to 2 target creature cards with total converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Put a Death Touch counter on one of them and a Menace counter on the other, or either of them. So you can put Death Touch and Menace both on the same one. So that one's a really cool, really fun card. So definitely stackable on that one, especially if you got a bunch of smaller 1 and 2 drops. Gloom Pangolin, completely worthless card. Just filler, no point in being here. They could have made the set a little smaller. Serrated Scorpion, I love, great card. You know, it pings them for 2 and each opponent for 2 and gives you 2 life when it dies. The Unexpected Fang's pretty good. Put a 1/1 counter and lifelink counter on target creature, and those are permanent. For 2, not bad. Cavern Whisper's good. It mutates for 4, and it's 4/4 with Menace, and then it also makes your opponent discard a card when it mutates. So that's a turn 4, 4/4 with Menace. Is not bad at all if you mutated onto something. Night Squad Commando. He's alright. He pops out a 1/1 when he enters the battlefield. If you attack this turn, it's okay, not bad. Coil Bug, pretty decent. 2 for a 2/2 that for 5 you can return them from your graveyard to your hand. Then you gotta recast them again, so technically it's 7 to get them from your graveyard back on the battlefield. But not too bad, he keeps coming back. Unbreakable Bond, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a lifelink counter on it. Pretty awesome, except that casting cost 5 is a bit ridiculous. Corpse Churn, put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard, then you may return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand for 2. Not bad. It's like a reanimate, but you get to mill 3 into your graveyard to try and get a better creature. Another Coil Bug, another Heartless Act, another Void Beckoner. Void Beckoner's, it's not bad because it does have the cycling, and you put a Death Touch counter on something for 3, and it does have Death Touch 8/8, but it costs 8. So late game, it'd have to be a really late game to get this guy out there, and I don't know if he's really a game winner at that point. By the time you got 8 mana, your opponent's probably built up pretty good, but yeah, he might be with the Death Touch. And another Blood Curl, which is good, and Blitz Leech. He's, I'm kind of torn on him. I think the casting cost absolutely kills him. I love that he's got Flash, and when he enters the battlefield, you can give one of your opponent's creatures -2/-2, and remove all counters from that creature, which is the big thing. If you're playing a counter deck with a lot of counters, that's really handy, but the mana cost 6 for a 5/2 is just terrible, and it doesn't even have flying or anything. Yeah, don't know that I'd stack that one. So there's some good black cards. We could add black if red and white aren't strong enough. But let's see what Red's got. Red's got our Heightened Reflexes, great card. First Strike is huge, and that's permanent First Strike counter +1 for just 1 red mana. We got our Adrenaline Stinger, which is awesome. I think we might have got more than one of those too. Frill Score Mentor. He enters the battlefield, gives something a Menace, and then you can pump up all your Menace creatures with him. There's one of each color of those. We got a Fire Prophecy, which is great removal, and you get to basically cycle the card as well. Frenzied Raptor, nothing saying there. Class of Titans is just way too expensive. Target creature fights another target creature. Is just the only cool thing about this is that I think you can have your opponent's creatures fight each other. So, but it's 5 mana. It's a bit much. Another Heightened Reflexes. Forbidden Friendships, great early game. Gets 2 1/1s out there. One of them's got haste, so you can ping your opponent for 1 as soon as it comes out. Like I said, Weaponize the Monsters, I haven't really used very effectively yet. It's cheap. Sack a creature, deals 2 damage to any target. It's good for that final last blow, but only if you got the mana, you know. The red's kind of fast. I don't think they're really going to need it. Blister Split Gremlin's great for sealed because you can ping your opponent for a few times each turn generally, because it's only 1 and tap it to do 1 damage to opponent, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you get to untap it. So So you ping them right off the bat and then cast a non-creature spell to untap it and then hold it to ping them when you need to again. We did get 2 Titanus Stingers, so looks like cycling might be a good way to go with this. Get some cycling stuff in here. Tentative Connection's pretty good. If you have a creature with menace, it only costs 1 and you steal your opponent's creatures. It's pretty neat. Another Heightened Reflexes. And then a Voracious Tigerilla, which comes on the battlefield with either Trample or Menace, which is nice. I like options. And it's 4/4/4/3, not too terrible. So there's that. And then we got another Drannith, the Drannith Healer. That one's, whenever you cycle a card, gives you 1 life, and it's cycling for 1. So that would help our Drannith Stingers actually do damage. Or if he's out, then we can cycle other cards. Imposing Vantasaur, not the greatest card. It's 6-drop for a 3/6 with Vigilance, but it cycles for 1. So if we are running cycling, we're probably going to put him in there, because late game we can always use them. But early game we can cycle them to trigger the cycling abilities. Sci-Fi Sabertooth, complete filler, waste of time. I don't know why they put it in the set. The set could have been smaller and we could have gotten better pulls. Another Vantasaur. Patagia Tiger, he's actually a flying 3/4 for 5. It's not great, but it's not terrible for sealed. So we'd probably stack him because flyers are a big thing. Spontaneous Flight, even better. 3 mana for +2/+2 until end of turn and a permanent flying counter on one of your creatures. Pacifism, great control card. Another Vantasaur. So we got a lot of 1-cost cycling cards in white, which is great. This Footing is pretty cool because if we do end up casting one of these, hard casting it as a creature, this Solid Footing is a perfect combo with it because it gets +1/+1, and this is flash, so you can pump it up to a 4/7 really quick. And as long as it has Vigilance, it deals damage equal to its toughness, not its power. So when you swing with this, you're doing 7 damage with these 2 cards. So pretty cool combo there. So if I was going to stack the 3 of these for the cycling, I'd probably stack this in there too, because late game, you might actually hardcast one of these and then throw that on it, and then that's going to be a lot of damage. We got another Drannith Healer as well. Great, another 1-drop cycling card. And then we got Checkpoint Officer, which taps down their creatures. They're big beastie, so you don't have to worry about him. So red and white looks pretty strong in this. I'd probably go red and white. And I'd probably try and build the deck around the Zerta as the companion. Zenith Flare would definitely go in there. I forgot we got our Leosaur up here as well. I'd probably put the Leosaur in for sure, because whenever he mutates, other creatures you control get +1/+2 until end of turn, and he's only 2-drop 2/2 or mutates for 3. And I think we also did get a Mysterious Egg, so we can put the Mysterious Egg in there for the mutating creatures. And so that way we got a couple mutators. We did get an Evolving Wilds to help us search for mana. The Sleeper Dart, it just seems kind of expensive to me. I don't know. I mean, you do draw a card and it doesn't cost anything except you got to sack it. So it's only a 1-time use. I don't know about the Sleeper Dart. I don't think it's strong enough for me. Let me know what you guys think, but I don't think it's strong enough. But I'd probably put the Ozolith in there if we had enough room, just for fun. Don't know about the Offspring's Revenge, though. There's not a lot of ETB stuff, and I don't think the ETBs qualify for... Yeah, the ETBs don't qualify to use the Zerta as a companion. So I'd probably try and do all the... well, I don't know if we can do the Zerta, because if we run the cycling, those cards don't have activated abilities, I don't think. Don't think that counts. So, we'd probably just do more cycling based and just stack the Zerta in the deck because it is still a great card. What else do we got over here? We got the Proud Will Bonder we could put in there because we can run it as just red. We'd have to see what we have as far as creatures, if we needed them or not. But he's a little bit pricey for what he does. He's just a trample 4/3. Nothing too crazy. But you can... Yeah, you can use them as the final hit because even if they block, you can still assign damage as though it weren't blocked, so that's good. So it looks like our best bet would probably be red and white, more cycling based in this particular one. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll see you in the next one. Oh, almost forgot again. I keep almost forgetting the pre-release card. This is the second time I've done this, and I'm knocking over box stoppers or bio boxes. It is a Triumph. Okay, we weren't missing anything anyway. I know, you guys love Triomes. Everybody, when I badmouth Triomes, everybody in my comments is like, oh, they're fetchable, they're going to be amazing. It's cycling for 3, and it comes into play tapped, and there's no way to untap it. They're going to be strong in standard for the next, like, few months until another set comes out with a better land, but just because the shock lands are going to cycle out. Once the shock lands cycle out, these will be used a lot, but only during standard. Once they cycle out of standard, or something better cycles into standards, nobody's going to want these. I mean, they have these exact same lands without the cycling, and what was it, Kaladesh, and nobody cares. So, anyway, for one of those older sets. So there you have it. There's the pre-release kit. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I like to do a little bit slower ones on these pre-release kits, even though there's only 6 packs, just to kind of talk about what I would do in the sealed deck. So let me know if you like that or not, or if you just want me to kind of open the cards and shut up and get on with the day. So let me know. All right, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching. Check out some other videos while you're here. Every like, comment, sub, hugely appreciated. Help me grow the channel. Thank you so much for your time. You guys have a great night. Bye.